Good evening and welcome to the East St. Paul planning meeting. I'll call the meeting to order, the time being 5:30. Can I have the resolution to adopt the agenda as presented?
Be resolved that the agenda be adopted as presented.
Moved by Councillor Horeshko, seconded by Councillor Postumus. All those in favor? That's carried. And then the confirmation of the minutes, March 14th. Resolution, please.
Be resolved that the minutes of the March 14th, 2023 regular council meeting be approved.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Imhoff, seconded by Councillor Duval. All those in favor? That's carried. We don't have any delegations this evening, so we will move to the public hearing. We have our PD present, Mr. Planner, and can I have the resolution for conditional use?
Be resolved that council open the public hearing of council for conditional use 6/2023 for 2251 Bray Road East.
I have a mover, please. Councillor Duval, seconded by Councillor Imhoff. All those in favor? That's carried. The public hearing is now open, and I'll pass it off to Mr. Planner.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, Council. This is conditional use application CU 6/2023. The subject property is located at 2251 Bray Road East. The applicant wishes to approve a small animal facility on the subject property. This is the conditional use request table. As you can see, the property is located in the rural residential zone, and small dog breeding facility requires a conditional approval from the council in this zone. This is the location map. As you can see, the property fronts Bray Road East. This is the site plan provided by the applicant. The applicant is proposing this operation in an attached garage. As noted earlier, the property is about 2.8 acres in size and designated as rural residential. The designation policies in this area support a home-based business. In the letter of intent, the applicant has indicated that the facility will be strictly for breeding of dogs. The owner also stated that there will be approximately 4 dogs, 3 females and 1, and they plan on having 1 or 2 puppies annually. This application was circulated to the arm of East St. Paul administration. We did not receive any objections on the proposal. The RM administration suggested limiting the number of adult dogs, and a condition has been added for council's consideration. If the council wishes to approve this application, we recommend 6 conditions that are reflected on the screen. If the council has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Thank you. Council, do you have any questions for Mr. Planner? Okay, I'll move to the sign-in sheet. Would the applicant like to come forward? Nadine Barber, I'm going to accent Barber. Okay. Yes, either one of you would like to come and speak to your application. Go ahead.
Thank you for providing us the opportunity to come down here. So what we're looking for is to have a small breeding facility where we would have 3 females and one male golden doodle. So the reason why we go with this breed here is they're hypoallergenic and also used as therapy dogs, and we've done a fair bit of work in the therapy dog community. My niece has epilepsy, so they can actually train dogs to start detecting seizures and things like that. So that's how we kind of got interested in doing this. The most we would want is 6 dogs, adult dogs on our property at one time is what we're looking for. And we do this on our property. We wouldn't alter the appearance of our house whatsoever. It would still look the same, and we have a fenced-in yard, and we'd be able to do everything within the grounds.
Okay, thank you. Does council have any questions for the applicant? Councillor Duval?
These dogs are,
Can you put your mic on, please? Thank you.
sorry, the breed is called a golden doodle, a small golden doodle. How big are they in weight when they're fully grown?
Yeah.
Okay, I know a little bit more about it.
Okay.
So mini golden doodles are 25 to 35 pounds max, and they're non-shedding. These soft coat, so that's what we look to bring forward.
Okay, are they known to be noisy dogs?
They're not overly yappy, but when I'm in the house and when they're outside, because it's about an acre all fenced in, chain link, 6 foot high fence. So there are people that walk by, walking their own dogs. We keep a window open during winter, cracked open a little bit when outside. So as soon as they bark, I'm out there and I said, come in, have a treat, and they all come right back in. But they're not overly yappy, no, they're not.
How many of these do you have now?
4, we have 3 females and 1 male.
Well, thank you.
Councillor Posthumous.
Yeah, on your application, you had some females, and what you're saying, you may go to 6 adult dogs.
Yes, that's only because, so they're working dogs right now. And when they reach their max breeding, which is 3 litters, then they go to their forever home and we need to replace the puppy.
Oh,
That's why we only have that for a short period of time.
oh, it's kind of an overlapping
Yeah, but it would
continuation.
only really be 4 and then sometimes for a short period 6, but they would be puppies.
Did you talk to any of your neighbors at all that they know this is
We've
going to be
talked to
common?
That are decided.
You want, yeah, especially with a chain link fence, they're going to be, and they've all.
Very, very on top of the noise. I myself cannot stand yappy dogs. It just drives me nuts. So I'm very aware. I don't want to drive anybody else crazy. So I'm very on top of it. Yeah.
It's important with your neighbors. I have 2 dogs and a cockapoo, and when you go down the street, there's one house, they just try to come right through the fence and they're just like steady barking and yelling, and all the way down the block, you still hear them.
We met with all our immediate neighbors. Unfortunately, we didn't go down the street, so I wish maybe we could have got to these neighbors.
Yeah.
But we met with them and everyone's comfortable.
I've also taken hours and hours of training. They all know how to sit on the ground, stay down. One knows how to twirl. I do enjoy being with them and training.
Okay, thank you.
Do you train them yourself for service?
Not for service.
Oh, is that
Not
what
service
they're
dogs.
dogs? No.
So, when you reference working, it's just based on the breeding,
Breeding, yeah.
Yes.
right? So you don't use them for service, but they're bred particularly for service.
Correct.
Sorry, I misunderstood that. And how long have you been on Bray Road?
September 2021.
Okay. And so is breeding new to you now?
It will be,
No,
yes.
Yes.
Not for him.
No, but you have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're not currently breeding. This is something that you're moving to do in the future.
Want to do it the
That's
right
right.
way.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Any other questions? Councillor Duval?
Just a quick follow-up. How long have you had the 4 dogs there that you have now?
They're 2 years old.
Since you moved in?
Yeah, they're 2. We had them at our old house.
All
And
right,
then we this,
thank you.
but all of our dogs would be like DNA tested and mark tested. They're already tested for their hips, eyes, joints. So they're very healthy.
Okay, thank you very much. So in support, we have a Tony and it says 01. Do we have a Tony present?
Tony's our neighbor.
Something else.
Oh, you're for something else. So maybe you signed it on the wrong sheet then. Michelle. So I'll just remove your name from this sheet and then maybe Michelle can help you sign into the right. Okay,
Tony would be our neighbor, isn't he our neighbor?
That's
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, just another Tony, just a coincidence that it's your neighbor. Okay, so then in opposition, the first name, I can't make out the first name, but it's Karen and DeGraff, and I assume your husband. Your dad. Okay, sorry. Would he like to come and speak? No comment. You just want to remain in opposition. You've changed your mind? Are you in support or for information? Okay, thank you. And Karen, are you the same? Are you in support, in opposition, remaining, or moving to information?
We're against.
It was a misunderstanding on the paper.
Can't hear you.
Can hear you.
Sorry.
You gotta go to the mic.
So should I just move all of you to for information then? The family? Okay. Okay, and is that the same for the Cumbers family then too?
I'd like more information. I'm not sure about her.
Okay, would you like to come to the podium and then you could ask some questions that then the applicant would then come back up and could answer? Great.
I was afraid.
Okay, Jacqueline, would you like to come up and ask a few questions? Now, are you going to remain in opposition? Or do you want to be moved to information? Information. Okay. Okay. So there's no questions, so the applicant won't need to come back up. Would you like to come back up and say anything that you maybe wanted to add before we close the public hearing? Okay, would you like the applicant to come back up to the podium?
Sure. My question is, are you gonna be boarding dogs then, or just the ones you're breeding?
Just breeding.
Okay, thank you very much.
So,
Oh, Councilor Horachko?
so you were saying that when, well, I'm gonna use the female dogs breed 3 times.
You can breed up to 4 times what we're comfortable with breeding.
Then they
So
reproduce.
after the 3rd time, I'm gonna say dog number 1 leaves and then dog number 5 comes.
Correct.
So at no time will it be over a certain number. 6.
Correct.
We're at our max. We're happy
That's
before.
lots.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
dogs need a lot of love and care and
Attention.
yeah, so I take a lot of time to be with them. So right now they're in 750 square foot and it's all heating, all air conditioning. We can do a lot of it. There's couches, TV. I'm in there a lot of times right in the morning with my coffee. So they're very well looked after. They're not in cages like kennels, something like that.
Yeah, look at one of our recommendations and it's going to be possibly a total number of adult dogs. Yeah. So would you be comfortable with 4?
so they're requesting 6, that I think that's part of their application.
We're hoping for a max of 6,
Yes,
but again, we're at
right. And I think, so maybe we'll close the public hearing and then we'll have conversation. Okay, do you have any other questions? Or are you good now? Horachko?
Well, yeah, well, it wasn't, I don't think it would have been a question. It would have been more of a, if you would be open to having 4 for a trial period and seeing how it works out, then possibly moving to 6. The neighborhood was comfortable with that.
So currently, I think I'm gonna close the public hearing and then we're gonna move to conversation with the council. Okay, thank you very much. Okay. So can I have the resolution, please, to close the public hearing?
Be resolved that council close the public hearing of council for conditional use 6, 2023 for 2022-51 Bray Road East.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Duval, seconded by Councillor Horachko. All those in favor? That's carried and the public hearing is now closed. I'll have the resolution for the application. So then we'll go for discussion.
Be resolved that conditional use 6, 2023 be approved subject to the following conditions. That this conditional use is limited to small animal breeding and boarding establishment as proposed within this application. Any change to the intensity or use will require new conditional use approval. Applicant owner obtains all required permits, business license from Red River Planning District and RM of East St. Paul. Applicant owner obtains and maintains dog licenses from the RM office. Applicant owner ensures all dogs are kept within a designated fenced area. Applicant owner adheres to bylaw 2022-11, being our dog bylaw, and bylaw 2016-04, noise and nuisance bylaw, and any other bylaws that may be relevant to the approved use. And applicant owner limits the number of adult dogs to 6 at all times.
Can I have a mover, please? Counselor Horachko, seconded by Counselor Duval. And I'll open the floor for discussion. Counselor Duval.
Could I see a bigger picture of the lot location? Like spread out over the neighborhood. Can you expand that or Michelle can? Oh, we're looking, you were zeroing in on one lot only. We can't see what's around it. There, that's better. If you can find the location now.
All the things in the way.
It's the.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So the location is where the arrow is now.
That's
All right, thank you.
Counselor Hopkins.
Is the applicant? The one next to you here, your house is in the middle, so the one right there, are they here at all or?
So Counselor Prosperous, we closed now and
Okay.
we're discussion is
Okay.
amongst council.
Well,
We can't ask.
Okay, seeing that, I only see one neighbor that would probably be affected because of the wooded area all the way around.
So we don't have any neighbors here, except for we have the individuals at 3791 Ross Farm Road, so they back the property. And they move themselves for information, and then we have 30, no, that's not right. 30, yeah, we do, yeah, they're moved for information, 37. Yeah.
Okay.
And they don't back the property, they're removed.
I guess my with discussion, can I ask the planner a question?
To be on.
Oh, can I ask the planner a question? So I guess our dogs are 3 is maximum, and then you have 4 is maximum. So they're just asking for 2 more than the 4. So we're already at 4 in the RM you can have legally. Okay,
And temporarily they'll be puppies, but they'll be going quick. They usually go to 8 weeks.
so how does that work with this more than that just 6 adult dogs?
I thought we should limit the adult dogs because it's impossible to limit the puppies and they are only there for 8 weeks. Then they're being sold, so I don't think they need to be limited.
Okay,
I think that what the applicant was explaining is that they would be holding puppies to transition from adults, not always having 6, but needing those 2 transition dogs when their adults are being placed after breeding is ended. They'll
females.
be placed in a home, but they need time to have puppies trained and moved into the breeding spot per se.
So
Yeah, it's a cycle. So they need to have those 2 spots available.
So they're just keeping a couple of puppies they already have, not bringing other dogs in, and they're moving up to being adult dogs.
It's always going to be their dogs, right? Because they're breeding their own dogs and then having that transition. The dogs are in their home and bred. I think that's.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's important. Does anybody else have any concerns or comments before we move to provide an answer? No.
No.
Okay, then we did the resolution, so I'll call for the question then. All those in favor? And that's carried. So your application's been passed this evening. Thank you.
do we have to put a limit on the number of adult dogs?
We can.
Adult dog was 6.
In the resolution, yeah, yes. Okay, now for variation order. For resolution.
Be resolved that council open the public hearing of council for variation order 2023 for 3525 Henderson Highway.
You don't
Can I
have
have
to
a
step.
mover, please? Councilor Hretchko, second by Councilor Posthumus. All those in favor? That's carried. Public hearing is now open. I'll pass it off to Mr. Planner.
Madam Mayor, this is variance application year 2023. The subject property is located at 3525 Henderson Highway. The applicant wishes to allow for a 6.5 feet high gate in the front yard. This is the variance request table. As you can see, the applicant wishes to vary the height from the required 4 feet to maximum 6.6 feet. This is the location map. As you can see, the property fronts Henderson Highway. This is the site plan provided by the applicant. The proposed grade would be on the front yard. This is a building plan showing the west elevation. As you can see, the gate is about 6.6 feet high. From our analysis, the applicant will be required to obtain a permit from Manitoba Transportation and Infrastructure as the proposed structure is in the highway control zone. We did not receive any objection on the proposal during circulation. If the council wishes to approve this application, we recommend 2 conditions. Number 1, this variance is limited to increased height of the gate fence as proposed in this application. Any changes in use, additions and or replacement may require new approval. Number 2, the applicant owner obtains all the required permits from the planning district, the RM of East St. Paul and Manitoba Transportation and Infrastructure if required. Thank you. If the council has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Council, do you have any questions for the planner?
You do.
No. Okay, hearing none, I will call the applicant forward. I think it's the right Tony now. How do you say your last name, Tony? Olivera, thank you.
Yes, I'd like to apply. And the real reason is we have a lot of kids from my friends' side. They come over and they play dogs. And we have Amazon, FedEx, they come speeding down the road. So every day that we are expecting delivery, I have to come. And that is the whole reason.
Do we have any questions for the applicant?
Just a gate.
No. Okay, thank you very much. There's nobody else signed in opposition for information. Do we have anybody online this evening? I guess I should have asked that earlier, but no, we don't have anybody. Okay, is council prepared to close the public hearing? Okay, can I have a mover, please? Councillor Duval, second by Councillor Imhoff. All those in favor? That's carried and the public hearing is now closed. And can I have the resolution? Oh, did I have the, yeah, that's right. Are we starting this over to close the public hearing?
No, it's fine. We have a mover and a seconder.
We're good.
We're good. Be resolved that variation order 3-2023 be approved subject to the following conditions. This variance is limited to increased height of the gate as proposed within this application. Any changes in use, additions and or replacement may require a new variance approval. Applicant owner obtains all required permits from the Red River Planning District, the RM of East St. Paul and Manitoba Transportation and Infrastructure, roadside development if required.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Hretchko, seconded by Councillor Posthumus. Any discussion? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. That's approved. Thank you. And that's all we have for you tonight, Mr. Planner. So thank you very much, and we will see you next time. Kara, you're staying with us. Okay.
It's easier for us like that, this stuff.
Yeah, lately it's been very easy.
Next month's been.
Next time.
Is it? Uh-oh.
No, it'll still be
You deserve these.
nothing controversial.
Just the volume is up.
Just be good.
Yeah, it's great.
Good night, Doug.
Oh, well, I couldn't, hard to see the,
He's He's the one that's been.
Okay, so we don't have anything under bylaws. We will move under policies, and we have the municipal engineer policy number JD 187 for resolution.
Be resolved that municipal engineer policy number JD 187 be approved as presented.
I have a mover, please, Councilor Rechko, second by Councilor Postumus. Do we have any questions or discussion, comments around the policy for the engineer? No, okay.
So I can do more.
Okay, so I will call for the question. All those in favor? And that's carried. Under general business, we don't have anything under general business, sorry, planning. We have development agreement subdivision for resolution.
Be resolved that the development agreement between the RMLD St. Paul and Casey and Joanne Seatman and Keys International Inc. for subdivision X22-2954 be adopted. And be it further resolved that the mayor and CAO be authorized to sign the agreement on behalf of the municipality.
Okay, I'll move that, seconded by Councilor Rechko. Any discussion? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. And then development agreement subdivision S21-2936 for resolution.
Be resolved that the development agreement for subdivision S21-2936 between the RMLD St. Paul and Gary, Mary, and Nicole Rebeck, David, Laura Lee, and Tracy Lester, Nicole Rebeck, Murray, and Renee Fletcher be adopted. And be it further resolved that the mayor and CAO be authorized to sign the agreement on behalf of the municipality.
Can I have a mover, please? Councilor Rechko, seconded by Councilor Postumus. Any discussion? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you, Karen. Good evening. And then 9.3.1 Lacrosse program, Robert Andrews School.
Be resolved that the RMLD St. Paul grants the lacrosse director and Robert Andrews School access to 5 sessions of lacrosse on the arena floor on April 12, 17, 19, 24, and 26 of 2023 from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. at no cost.
Can I have a mover, please? Councilor Rechko, seconded by Councilor Postumus. Did you have your hand up?
Sure, yeah.
Sorry, I'll look your way.
He had his hand up and I pointed.
Not offended.
I was pointing.
Okay, you're helping me out.
I went.
I'll be fair. Everybody will get a turn. So where were we?
Yeah, Councilor Rechko.
Okay, so any discussion?
Is there ice out by then?
Pardon me?
Yeah. Is the ice out by the 12th? Okay, just checking.
Yeah, and there's no conflict.
No.
So it's fine. Yeah, so anything else? Nobody? I'll call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. And then 9.3.2 Challenger Baseball.
Be resolved that council approves the request as submitted by Red River Valley Baseball Association and waives the rental fees for baseball diamond number 4 for 4 sessions of Challenger Baseball between May 6th and June 24th, 2023.
I have a mover, please, Councilor Imhoff, seconded by Councilor Duval. Any discussion? All those in favor? That's carried.
We get a check.
We have no business arising from delegation. Correspondence packages were in our.
Yeah.
So, sorry, correspondence was in our packages for review. And we do have some in camera tonight, so I will have the resolution for in camera.
Be it resolved that council now moves in camera as per section 152(3) of the Municipal Act to discuss business development matters. And be it further resolved that all matters discussed in camera are to remain confidential as per section 83(1)(d) of the Municipal Act.
I'll move that, seconded by Councilor Imhoff. All those in favor? That's carried. We will now move in camera. Council is now out of in camera. We have no resolutions coming out of in camera tonight. I would like to have the resolution to adjourn.
Be it resolved that council now moves out of camera and resumes the regular meeting of council.
Sorry, Susanna. Can I have a mover to reserve? Councillor Retchko, second by Councillor Postumus. All those in favor? That's carried. And now the resolution to adjourn. A little too eager.
Be it resolved that the meeting be adjourned, the time being 7:18 p.m.
I will move that, seconded by Councillor Imhoff. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you.